Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Today we're doing a super quick, simple yes or no. I'm going to try my hardest to keep it quick and simple. Yeah, sometimes I just totally lose track of time or the moment, what's going on, but we have 4 piles, and then I'll be getting clarity from for each one from a deck that I made for myself, just out of a deck of cards, and then 1 oracle card out of the key elements oracle for each pile, and then we'll get an actual yes or no using the angel answers oracle. So pile 1 is the Divina Tarot. Pile 2, the Wonderland Tarot. Pile 3, it's the Smith-Waite Centennial Tarot, and the Star Seeker Tarot, pile 4. So if you need some more time, you can go ahead and pause the video. Just get right into it. So pile 1, taking a quick look into what could be going on, what could be surrounding your situation. Look into what you could potentially be asking. Ooh, we have the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so with this pile, it's like you're finally getting clarity. So as soon as I saw this, I saw it instantly as like multiple hands coming in to grab something. So with all of these eyes, it's like multiple people could have their eye on something that you want. Your question could be in regards to, are you going to be chosen or selected for something because you feel like everybody else is also wanting this, so it was like a huge risk. You kind of had to like go all in. Is like a culmination of how hard you've worked over time. You decided to just like go for it, go all in, throw yourself out there, truly go for something that you feel as though is like a hot commodity, or like a lot of people have their eye on, a lot of people want, a lot of people have like failed at this or missed out on this or don't know exactly the right way to go about this. So the thought of like you putting yourself out there or taking this risk in this way is like very different. And it's like you finally have clarity on like what would make you really happy, or like how you should go about this, if it makes sense. And so that's why you decided now is the time to just like put yourself out there, to just go for it. But then there's this hesitancy or this fear of like, will I have what it takes? Will I be enough? Will I be chosen? Because it's like you've seen a lot of other people like try and fail, or it seems like this huge risk, like you're risking a lot. You're really putting yourself out there in some vulnerable way. It's like this hasn't worked out for a lot of other people. A lot of people have their eye on this, but many people see it as something that's like, well, a lot of people fail at that, so there's no point in even putting yourself out there. But it's like you finally became really clear on exactly what you wanted and how you were going to go about it. And so you're being called to just like finally put yourself out there to do things in a certain type of way. But then there's this underlying fear of like, okay, well, will I have enough? Will I have what it takes? Will I be able to um, match up and be really successful? Will this be really prosperous for me? Again, like you've seen other people fail, but it's like you have this energy or this feeling to where it's not necessarily that you have a different vision or like you're so much better or so different. It's just you're being really guided by spirit, and this is what spirit's calling you to do. So you're trusting that spirit is going to carry you through this and give you the tools that you need to be successful in your endeavor, and also like bring to you what you would like in regards to like love and relationships and things like that. um so I also have the Two of Cups. So it's like you're really just trusting in spirit to provide you with everything at this time, or to show you what to do, to like guide you, guide your hands, guide your skill, guide your craft. It's like you feel as though if you do have success, it's going to be very spirit led. Like everything you do, you've been giving back to spirit this whole time. And it's like, this is what you're being called to do. So no matter how risky or scary it is, or no matter how doubtful other people are, like the fact that so many other people would be scared to like take this risk or go about this, you feel like the end reward or the outcome will be really worth it. But then there's still a part of you that's like, should I do this? Like, is this right? Or will I be successful if I do this? Or will this bring me what I want? um am I putting myself out there for no reason? Am I putting myself out there just to get burned? Will someone else be selected or chosen? Will this work out for me? Essentially, will I have the success that I'm feeling as though I'll have? So we have the Strength and the Four of Pentacles. Firstly, the Seven of Cups. That's how it came out too. Like the Four of Pentacles came out and then the Strength fell out on top of it. So I felt like that's how it was supposed to be. um, or like above it. So it's like you've been very protective of yourself, or you've really shielded. You have some sort of skill, some sort of tools. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot of value, something about yourself that's very valuable, something that you bring to the table. But you have been very protective of it. Like you've really covered it up. It could be partially out of like your ego wanting to protect what's really sensitive and vulnerable, or it's like you don't want to be taken advantage of, or you don't want the wrong people to take what you have to offer. You don't want other people to like take it as if it's theirs. You're very protective of your energy in the sense of like you don't want like anyone else to have access to it, or the wrong people to have access to it. So you could have been really hurt in the past, and this is how you kind of like handled that, was to get on top of things and make sure that you felt like you were in control of your gifts or whatever you have to offer the world, so then nobody else could come in to like take it for themselves, take advantage of it, um, use it against you to hurt you in some way. It's like you found a way to kind of bury this stuff down, or not show it to others, not have that as a part of like what you're presenting to others. Like you just come across as this very strong, wise person, but it's like nobody knows where this came from, or like um you're not showing like the deeper parts of yourself of like how much you really have to offer. It's just people can kind of see that like your energy, there's something a little bit different about you. Like you can kind of see things in a different way, but they don't understand like exactly how like deep it goes, or yeah, how like how much you really have to offer in regards to what you finally want to put yourself out there and do. So for a time period, it's like you were just kind of burying this to protect it from others. You were almost like paranoid that other people were going to like use it to hurt you or use it against you or something. So you're scared to really put yourself out there and let other people see you in a more vulnerable way. You didn't want people to see like your roots, where you came from, how you acquired like your skills or your knowledge. It didn't feel safe to take something to the next level, because then you had to be like vulnerable or seen in some way. But now you're feeling called to do that, but it's a huge risk in some way, but you're feeling really led by spirit. And with the 7 of Cups, it's like more of the energy towards like a lot of people have put themselves out there, a lot of people have tried to go for this thing in particular. But there is something about you that's different. You carry like a different element or a different type of energy. It's like you're more sure of like where you came from, or like your substance matter. Like you, there's something deeper to you, where you stand out from others. Other people may be still growing or learning or still kind of caught up in the like worldly things or the mundane, or it may not all show like on the outside, but there's like something deeper to you in regards to your path. It kind of like shines. It's like it's not obvious, but it's a light that shines through you that is going to be apparent to others in regards to like what you're going towards or getting you to the next level. It's like there's going to be people that see you for the light that you are going to stand out amongst others, or you do have a shot at like being chosen, even though there's like many options or many different people are like, yeah, wanting to be chosen in this way. Or um, there's something about you to where you're operating from this authenticity that really shines. So it's almost like you're afraid to put yourself out there and have yourself be seen. And that kind of speaks to even more of you being a very authentic person. It's like you would rather than getting attention for whatever you have to offer, it's like more is so valuable to you that you have like wanted to protect it for so long. And so now that you're doing this, is coming from this really genuine place of like being called or led by spirit to put yourself out there in this way, to like work with others and like help others or be beneficial to others. It's like you have something within you that others need or could be really healing and beneficial for others. It's like you're ready to put yourself out there in a way that others can receive you, be in the spotlight. It's like you're going to be met with a lot of love whenever you're willing to open up. It's like you're being guided to connect with people in a way that is new and different to you and the people you're connecting with, which is going to be a really positive thing. So again, it's the Four of Pentacles in the reverse on the bottom. So it was like hard for you to let go of whatever this was, whatever you had inside of you. You were kind of clinging to the way that things were and holding back or resisting things changing. But it's like spirit has kind of stepped in and made it so obvious that you're going to have to make a change, and is trying to kind of reassure you or show you things, but you could have been caught up in an energy where you were almost trying to kind of control the outcome, if you will, in order to feel a sense of security within your path. Like putting yourself out there in the way that you're being called to or led to, it feels like very vulnerable. It feels like a huge risk, like you could get burned. It's like before you were operating from this energy of control in the sense that you were afraid to get hurt, or you were afraid to have people see you in a certain type of way, or there was this fear that, like, yeah, you wouldn't be chosen or you wouldn't necessarily stand out. And so yeah, it was coming from this underlying fear, insecurities. Like the way that you were combating that feeling was controlling your surroundings as much as possible, and so only operating in the ways that made you feel secure, comfortable. It was hard, it was scary to kind of put yourself out there emotionally, or put yourself out there like on the next level. um I'm picking up on that it's going to be really worth it to like follow what you're being led to do and take things to the next level. Yeah, so we have the 9 of Wands. So I wrote trust in letting your guard down. So it's like the 9 of Wands in reverse for me. But yeah, it's like we're getting an energy here that it is safe to do the things that you're being guided or called to do in regards to whatever your question is. Yeah. Trust and letting your guard down. It's like you don't need to be paranoid, essentially. And you don't have to continue to like persevere even though you're unsure. It's like when you let your guard down, that's because having a sense of trust also comes with having a sense of confidence in yourself, in the situation, and in spirit, in the ways that you're being guided. So having that shift within your energy can really help you to just feel more secure in the direction that you're going. Serendipity, fate. The stars are aligned as everything comes together in perfect timing. The signs you are receiving are accurate in telling you to move forward. Expect positive and ferocious outcomes with relationships and careers. So, we're already really starting to pick up on a yes for this pile. But we'll actually get a yes or no for you. Or that you should move forward. So it's like depending on how you ask the question. So you may have asked the question in kind of like a negative way, or in a way that you were expecting a negative outcome. So yeah, it's like if you end up getting a no, it's because you are supposed to continue to move forward in the ways that you're being called, if that makes sense. So it always depends on like how you ask the question, but you're already getting a lot of confirmation. Reflection pond, mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected unto you. You are seeing a reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. So yeah, don't be afraid to let people see you, because then you can see them to the same degree and you realize it's not so scary as you had once thought. So we'll get your yes or no. So I have opportunity, success, so opportunity for success, peaceful resolution, and look for a sign. So it's like you're already being guided. So this is confirmation to continue to just follow your intuition in the ways that you're being guided and trust that and not double take. So you didn't get like a clear yes or no. And I feel like that's because of the way that you ask the question is going to vary. Because of the type of energy we're picking up in this pile, the way that people in this pile ask the questions probably varies so much that it's like a yes or no wouldn't properly give an answer. I think this card does a better job of like giving you the answer that you need, along with confirmation that it is safe to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. There is opportunity for resolution and success, whatever that means to you and your question. So, yeah, continue to look for the signs and to be guided, and you are going in the right direction, doing the right things. So, that's all I have for pile one, looking into your yes or no. If you're interested in a more personal reading, I do have just like a quick yes or no option on my Etsy store, so the link will be in the description. But other than that, I hope you have a great day. So pile two, taking a quick look into yes or no view. Oh my gosh, too many. So this pile could be about like relationships. It's like you could be having a fight with someone. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships, but it could be in regards to your relationships. You could be asking like, will we reconcile, or will they come back around, or will they come towards me again? Like those types of I just said it doesn't have to be romantic, but yeah, it could be in regards to like any relationships in your life. you could be having like a squabble or a fight with someone. There could be someone in your life who's like very stubborn, really just like not hearing you. Um Someone who's kind of like selfish and just kind of takes for themselves. And the question for you is like, will there be justice in the situation? Will they come around? Will they see the error of their ways? Will they want to apologize? Or will they forgive me? Or will they recognize their faults in the situation? Because they could have just kind of been like on their ego or in their ego before, and just like in this energy of like they didn't do anything wrong, they weren't recognizing the harm that they were doing to you. So you're wondering if this person's going to come back around or get softer or like want to be like more playful with you again, or if things are going to balance out, if you'll see justice in the situation, if like someone else will kind of like get their karma for how they came at you whenever you were trying to just be like playful with them. Like you didn't necessarily have those energy, that type of intention. Like you were maybe just trying to get closer with them, play with them, vibe with them, like in a good way. And then all of a sudden they got super weird, and then they didn't want to see or hear you out. And it's like you were going in a really positive direction, but then all at once it just like totally switched up, and um, everything just got really different, really negative, like all at once. Or this person just totally switched up and got really hurtful. Someone in your life that you really cared about, like all of a sudden out of nowhere. Um, with these cards, with these cards here, we're getting this like very playful type of energy, but then it's like they got in their ego. Something happened, they switched up on you, and then they stepped into like this really different energy. Um, it's like this energy of like they took it all back, or they took everything for themselves and then just like dipped, even though it was really hurtful to you, in order to protect themselves and their ego. And you were coming from this place of like, wait, that wasn't my intentions, like that wasn't what I was coming across trying to do. But then you didn't need to do all that and like take it that far. And then now that they did that or took it to that level, they're like hurt you in some way, you kind of like want them to get their karma or their justice, if that makes sense. I feel like that's the big question on the table, is like, will they realize that they're wrong? Will they ever apologize? Will they ever like come back? And you're wondering, a big question could be, will they like start to miss me or get nostalgic towards our relationship and come back around and want to like offer me something or offer me an apology, or even if they don't apologize, they'll want to like reconnect or reconcile in the future. Like you're wondering, did I hold like a special or significant place in this person's life? Like will they come back around and be like, kind of explain themselves and be like, hey, like I was just trying to protect myself, I didn't mean to like make you seem like you were totally insignificant. It's like their ego got pricked, and like all at once they like packed up and took everything back, or like took everything away, and then like did something really foul or like over the top to hurt you. They could have like brought in like some sort of third party, or just started like communicating or working with like other people who didn't like you in order to hurt you, or they did something that they knew specifically would like make you feel like you were below them in some way. And then it's like they just didn't want to hear it, they didn't want to hear you out. But this could be like a romantic, it doesn't have to be, but it could be like a romantic partnership, because with the Four of Wands, it's like it was going so great, or it was going super well, or yeah. It's like you were celebrating together at one point. and then they got when once they kind of got into their ego, they came into a place where they like just didn't want to hear it. They're not able to listen to reason or to hear your side of the story or to be like empathetic to where you're coming from. Just very closed off and closed minded in some way. They just kind of like turned away from you after at one point you felt like it was going really well or everything was like on track or going really smooth. So it's like you were just trying to get closer to them, connect with them or play with them. And now you're in this energy of like, should I reach out to them? Should I connect with them? Will they be the ones to come back around to me? Like, should I? You could have a desire to like get closer to them again or to be really close to them again, bridge the gap, communicate in some way. It's like you want to offer and extend something to them, but then there's this weird energy to where you do kind of feel below them, or it maybe doesn't make you feel good that you have to be the one to reach out and offer them something whenever they did all this weird stuff here, and it's like that wasn't really your intentions behind what happened. And so you're in this energy of like, should I be the one to reach out and offer something, extend something, apologize, or should I wait for them to come around? Or will they ever even come around? Like, will they like realize how much they care about me in this relationship and like reach out to offer me something? Or yeah, like you don't know if they ever will. And then if they don't, like, is it worth it for you to be the one to like reach out and mend something? Like, so then you're like, should I just wait for this person to like grow to a point to be able to see where I was coming from or like understand like how hurtful their actions were? It's like you're kind of caught up in this like, what should I do? The biggest thing I'm getting is like that back and forth between, should I be the one to reach out and offer something? Um, but then it just like doesn't feel good to have to be the one to like extend and offer them something when they like really hurt you in some way. But then you're kind of like, well, will they ever like be the one to reach out first or see the error of their ways or like feel bad? It's like you don't know what would be proper justice in the situation. You don't know. It's like if you're the one to reach out and offer something or to mend something, then you don't know if that feels totally fair or just. Like even if the relationship gets better and is more balanced and you're able to start moving forward again, that maybe you then wouldn't feel good about it, or you would have this like unjust, out of balance feeling within yourself in regards to how this happened. um but yeah, you could really care about this person, so a part of you just wants to like go ahead and do that, but then a part of you is like, well, that like goes against what you would feel would be like just or correct in the situation. So it's like you're not sure if this person's ever going to come around, if you should just wait on that, or if it's worth it, or like if it's worth just like losing the connection if you choose to be in your ego and never put yourself out there again. It's like, yeah, like yes or no, is it worth it to lose this person in my life? um so you're wondering like, should I be the bigger person? Will they ever come around? If I choose to be the bigger person and approach them, will they ever authentically be sorry? Like, is that the right thing to do, to always be the bigger person and reach out to them? Will they ever come forward to offer me like what I've always offered them? um So we have unlucky outcome, the Three of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like if you were to try to reach out to them, there would maybe be an unlucky outcome in the situation. So we have 10 of Swords in reverse, which is a false ending, self-sabotage, and then my 9 of Wands. One of the things I have written here is paranoid. So what I'm getting from this is justice in the situation is not like you reaching out to apologize if you feel like you didn't do anything wrong or you didn't have intentions to do anything wrong, and then this person was just hurt and then like drastically hurt you in return. It's like you never had intentions to offset the situation like this, so you're not responsible to be held accountable like energetically for the situation. This is clarifying that it is a false ending here. It's the other person self-sabotaging, and so by being the one to like come forward or to reach out or to offer them something to mend it, it's like you're giving into their self-sabotaging behavior, or you're rewarding that behavior in them. And so it's like the paranoid is really sticking out because it's like you could be really paranoid that it's you, or you're the one self-sabotaging, or you're the one damaging the connection or hurting them in some way. But in reality, by like having firm boundaries for someone that's in self-sabotage energy, that's the best way to protect yourself and then encourage them to be healthier themselves and to kind of step out of this energy and eventually come around to be the ones to take accountability for their actions and mend and repair things. So it's like you don't have to take that on yourself all the time. And in fact, if you were try to do that right now while they're in this energy, it would not have a positive outcome for you. It wouldn't get you where you would like to take things, or where you would like the relationship to go. If you would like the relationship to get to the place that you desire for it to be, then you have to allow this person to come around and heal and realize that they're the ones like pushing people away because of their own like triggers and anxieties and wounds that they need to heal first, so they're not projecting that onto other people. It's not other people's responsibility to then apologize and take accountability for stuff that they're projecting onto them. But we do have forgiveness. So it's like they're going to forgive you and realize like that they're in the wrong, or you're going to be able to forgive them in time when they can take accountability and acknowledge how they are self-sabotaging or how they're contributing to what's going on here, how they like misread the situation. But there is going to be an opportunity for forgiveness after something really painful here. um, and then we have my 10 of Pentacles, and then this like extra bonus card that I just wrote red flag on is in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this is like you don't need, this could be in regards to like a family situation or something like that. It's like you don't need an attachment to your family or to this person in order to be really successful. Um, It's like a big part of the reason why you could be scared or you could want to like kind of mend things or be scared to kind of lose the relationship is because you rely on them in some way, or they're just a part of like your family structure. You with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like you've known them since you were kids. Like it's one of those friendships where you've known them since you were kids. They're a part of your family, or yeah, they're friends with other people in your family too. So having this rift or having this situation be the way that it is like impacts more than just you. It's like people around you, or you're scared that like your family and the mutual people that you're connected to with this person are going to like judge you or see you as a red flag if you're not the one to like step out and mend this, and spirit is confirming that this is not the case, and that you can still have like strong healthy relationships with the people around you, or you're still supported and taken care of regardless of like if this person chooses to come forward and offer you something or to extend something towards you. But it's looking like in time they will eventually anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. But yeah, that's the main thing I'm getting from that. The rose garden, gratitude. Take time out to smell the roses and enjoy the goodness of nature. Honor each day by staying present and remembering gratitude turns everything into enough. It's an excellent reminder. Fences and flowers. Boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally is needed. So that is so fitting. So I'm pretty sure I said boundaries, or I said having firm boundaries with people who are in self-sabotage energy is actually a, a, a loving thing, or it's a way to support them through their struggle, and to continue to support yourself and the people around you. Yeah, so it's like you have to, have people in your life that match you with respect. Everyone deserves that. So I'm going to get your yes or no. So we have improving health. So yeah, strong boundaries does improve health as well. We have weight. So definitely, if your question was like, should I be the one to reach out? Should I be the one to mend things? Should I be the one to do something? Spirit is definitely saying to wait. We have it's up to you. There's something better. So there could be a better option, like whatever you have in mind. There's a better alternative or a better possible outcome if you are able to be patient here. And forgiveness. So that's two cards that say forgiveness. The mine and from the angel or answers angel oracle. Say that 5 times fast. So that's pretty much clarifying here that there is going to be forgiveness in the situation. Spirit is saying to wait or to be patient. Because there is going to be something better here, just a better, you may be surprised at the overall outcome and how things end up going for you. So that's all I have for pile 2. Thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. If you would like a more personal reading, I do have a quick yes or no option in my Etsy store, and I have a lot of other different options as well to get more clarity in regards to your question. But I hope you have a great day. Pile 3. taking a quick look into your yes or no and what your scenario or situation could be around your question. Oof, okay. You guys got an extra card. It's kind of a lot going on here. And the tower at the bottom, of course. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this pile. We have the Empress underneath that, and the Eight of Pentacles. So you could have felt like there was something that you really wanted and you felt like you weren't getting chosen for that thing, or you were kind of getting left out or left behind. There was just some sort of block. It's like you couldn't quite figure out what it was. So your response was to like work really, really hard, put in the work even harder, hoping to have someone kind of like see or notice your efforts or see how far you've come. You have this like very genuine intention, or you're very strongly attracted to someone or drawn towards someone or something. You see someone or something is very beautiful, stable, grounded, wholesome, secure. And so you wanted to like work on yourself to build yourself up to a certain point to be like worthy of that thing. You felt like you had to come really far. But it could be that like now that you have it, now that you have that thing or you've gotten what you wanted, it's like that thing that you thought you wanted so much, you feel as though it can't see you, or it's not able to recognize or appreciate like how far you had to come or how much you had to work on yourself to get to that level, to match or to be on the same level as the thing that you really desired. So it's like once you got it, once you got what you wanted or you got where you wanted to be, you realize that it was like not worth it, or you realize that you were never going to be valued the way that you wanted to. There was something about it that instantly like threw you off or threw you for a loop. And now you're in this energy of like, was it worth it? Should I stay? So the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're not sure if you're being treated fairly, or if you deserve more, or if you could have more if you were to continue forward. But it's confusing because it's like you had to work so hard just to get to this point, to be on this level or to have this thing. And then now that you have it, you almost feel like ungrateful or something, to be like, well, maybe I could have more, maybe I deserve better. But it's like this thing or this person may not be what you perceived it to be from the outside when you were in a different position in life. And now that you're in the position that you are because you've worked on yourself and you've grown so much and you've come so far, your perspective is shifted and you see this other thing differently, and you no longer it's like no longer in alignment with you and your desires and what you want, but it feels kind of odd to then turn your back on that or to go against what you've worked so hard towards to have. So it could be like a job or a relationship. Those are like the two main things that are coming to mind. So yeah, it's like it feels counterintuitive or confusing. You're like, um the King of Pentacles. So you could feel like you need someone more grounded and stable, or you feel like you've gotten to this place where you're more grounded and stable. Your self-worth has went up. You see yourself and your perspective has shifted, and along with that your self-worth has went up. You see yourself in a different light. You see yourself for the value that you are. You know the potential that you have to continue to grow, so you want someone that's going to be able to put in that same level of work and grow with you and be like more secure within themselves. And so you're realizing this other like person or this other energy is, even though there was like this strong attraction or this strong allure or draw, or it really helped inspire you to like manifest your life to this point. But it's just not what you thought it was or what you perceived it to be. It's like you need someone who's more of like the Queen of Pentacles, like going to be more um on your energy, or someone who's like also had to put in a lot of work to get where they are, or had to come really far, work really hard to come really far. Someone who's going to be able to be like more stable and independent within themselves. This other person could be like really emotionally reliant on you or emotionally unstable in some way, or they like weaponize their emotions against others to manipulate others or something, and that really threw you off like right away and was just not in alignment with you because you put in like too much work or come too far. um yeah, we have the Three of Cups and this bonus card. So right away, that's funny because I was totally picking up on this energy of like, as soon as you got what you wanted with the threes, I was already picking up on with the Empress and the Towers, like toxic Empress energy. And so someone could have used their sensuality or like their more sexual nature, their femininity, um, whether it's a girl or a guy or however they, like whoever it is, we all have like a feminine side to us, right? And so they could use that more feminine, sensual nature kind of like as a weapon against others, or they could kind of like try to use other people against each other to create jealousy in order to further advance themselves. They create a lot of gossip, start a lot of drama in people's families. Um, Same thing if it's a job, like it's they like pit coworkers against each other, go behind people's back and start drama with people, start drama in people's families, like do all kinds of weird stuff. It's like it came with like way more toxic baggage than you had perceived or realized from the outside. It seemed like this great opportunity that you were super drawn to that would bring a lot of abundance into your life, and it's actually wreaked a lot of havoc and brought a lot of chaos into your path. And so you're like, am I the one that's crazy for wanting to like pull out of this? Or it's like as soon as you saw the energy that this was in, or the energy that this situation or this person brought or operated in, you were like, oh, I want no parts. But then it's confusing because you're like, well, I've worked so hard and I've come so far just to get to this point, or like just to have this. And so it just feels crazy, but there could be more out there for you. You do have the potential to manifest more or something healthier. um I feel like this just also came out, and with each pile I was just getting like three, however comes out in three. And so you got a bonus card, the fourth one. So I feel like this is just confirmation saying if you continue to move forward towards this because you, out of obligation or because it just feels like the right thing to do or what you should do, it's going to bring a lot of blockages. It's going to bring like more burdens than it's going to continue to bring more burdens in your life than anything, or it's going to be like very heavy. energy to continue to work through. It's not going to be easy to navigate this. Yeah, it's just confirmation that as you continue to move forward in this direction, it's going to continue to like bring the same energy that it's been giving. So nothing, yeah, it's like Spirit's just confirming like nothing's really going to change about the situation or get better. If you were recently thrown for a loop, or if everything was recently kind of put into a state of chaos, it's like Spirit did this to open up an opportunity to create change, possibly for you to like remove yourself from the situation. um Yeah, it's like even though you're being chosen or they're giving to you, you feel very left out and neglected by the situations. We have the Five of Pentacles clarifying the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So this makes you feel this person, the way they love makes you feel like neglected or like abandoned. So it's like very counterintuitive, or it's very confusing. So you're like, am I crazy? Or so we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like that really speaks to the fact that you are very scared if you were to kind of like stand on your boundaries or stand on this belief that you could have someone who's like more in alignment with you, or kind of has the same work ethic as you, or can see and appreciate like how far you've come or how much work you've had to put in to be able to get to where you're at or to the level that you're at. Is like you're very scared that that's you acting out of self-sabotage or speaking out of self-sabotage, like you're the one like hurting yourself or bringing unnecessary pain and drama into the situation. Like you're very confused, you're not sure, and you're not sure if it's like fully going to be over or if it will kind of like come back around. um we have the Ace of Pentacles and then the Queen of Swords together. So it's like you're very aware that this is a positive opportunity and this could bring a lot of abundance into your life. But there's this energy, because with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like what I have written here is head over heart, too smart. Um, so it's like you're thinking very clearly, and so it's like you're understanding that even though this is an opportunity, it's like it could bring a lot of financial abundance or just new levels, new opportunities, new experiences that you've never had, like get you in networking, in touch with things, like open up new doors. There could be a lot of like financial prosperity here, but you can clearly see like the drama or the chaos, or it's like if you think about it from a higher perspective or kind of like use your head here, then you can really clearly see through the situation or see that it's like not necessarily worth it, like everything that it's going to bring to your life. um the bad kind of outweighs the good if you were to like think really clearly or use your logic in the situation. But that just kind of goes against, again, like everything that you've invested into this point, or how hard you've worked, how far you've come up until this point. um but it's hard to look past like what you can see and feel in regards to the situation, even though there's this kind of like, but that could, you could, a part, that's why a part of you is wondering if you're the one that's self-sabotaging here, because you're like, okay, this is such a good opportunity. Why would I not like go for it? Like, I must be the one that's like crazy, or I must be the one um that just like doesn't appreciate the opportunities now that I got it, or like now that I've got it, I'm just like itching for more struggle because you're finally in a secure position. Like you're just addicted to the struggle or something, but it's like it's not that. It's like your intuition is right about the situation. um so we have synchronicity, the Jack of clubs here, Jack of wands, clarifying the 10 of wands. So again, it's like this tower moment, whatever's happened here, opened up as like a synchronicity or an opportunity to allow you to remove yourself from the situation, because to continue to persevere in this way has been very heavy, very burdensome, and it's only going to continue to get worse, or to bring that same energy that it's been giving into your path, like I said. Winds of change, courage. Allowing change can open up your world in ways you could never imagine. Dare to live courageously and soar above the clouds to discover new ideas, new people, and new outlooks, to see your world in an expanded way. So that's definitely already confirmation. Fly free, detach. You're longing to be untethered from what doesn't serve you any longer. A carefree possibility beacons you to release attachment to outcomes and people. Freedom is yours for the taking. Surrender to the process and let go of expectations. So you got 2 oracle cards. So gentle breeze, delicate. This situation requires a gentle touch of kindness and understanding. You may be dealing with a person or situation that is sensitive. This may include yourself. Handle with care and compassion. So, yeah, with winds of change and fly free, I feel like that can already kind of answer your question, but it's like depending on how you asked. Um, then that kind of affects whether like yes or no answers your question. So I feel like we've already kind of answered it quite a few times in different ways. With if you believe, it's up to you. In the near future, change could be happening in the near future. So if you haven't had this tower moment, then it could be coming. And this reading's kind of like foreshadowing to help better prepare you. Perfect timing. So with the tower too, it could feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It's like, oh, this couldn't have came at a worse time. But Spirit is saying if you look at it from a higher perspective, it's actually perfect timing. And reconsider. So, because you're in this energy of really wondering if you're the one self sabotaging by taking some sort of stand here, or like choosing not to follow through or to keep going, I feel like that's why the reconsider came out. It's like because of kind of your energy and the way you're asking the question. So, um, it's like you want to reconsider like the negative viewpoint that you have of yourself in regards to the situation, or any sort of negative like self-doubt feelings that you have. So you could have been asking the question coming from that energy rather than, yeah, if you look at it, the situation in more of like an empowered position, then it wouldn't even be a question in the first place. It would just be like, okay, obviously this is no longer in alignment with my energy, so I'm just going to continue forward and keep it moving and manifest the next thing that is for me, right? It's like you're not in the wrong, or like coming from this like cocky, egotistical place by having that outlook or perspective in the situation. So, yeah, that's all I have for pile 3. So, thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. I really appreciate it. And I have a quick yes or no option in my Etsy store, which is linked in the description box down below if you'd like a more personal reading. And I have a lot of different options to help get further guidance in regards to whatever your question is. But yeah, other than that, I hope you have a great day. Pile 4, taking a look into your yes or no. So we already have the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups popping out. So the reason why you're having a hard time choosing what you want to choose, or the option that seems the most obviously in alignment with you and your soul, your spirit, is because other people, you're worried about other people's reaction. Other people could be coming at you or judging you for choosing what you want. That's the only thing holding you back or making you, it's like you obviously want this here, right? This is obviously lighting up for you, is a way better option than everything else around you, but it's just the concern of what other people are going to think, how other people are going to react or come at you. They could already be coming at you, so then that's putting pressure on you, making you feel like you can't choose the thing that you really want. It's like you're taking on the weight of other people's judgments and opinions, and it's putting you in this hesitant, second guessing, not being able to be clear of what's right for you. I don't know if you can see the way that she's like has her hand on her chin. It's like the only reason you're even considering this is because you're worried about what other people think. Like if you were to take that out of the equation, if you were to take out the concern of anyone else's opinions, anyone else's judgment, how anyone else would come at you because of this, it's like you would have already chose this because it's the most obvious choice. It's the most obviously aligned. It's like everything else is kind of like hung up or dangled up or like caught up in some way, or it's just the energy that it's giving off is very clear that it's not for you, um, or that it's going to kind of like hinder you or get you like hung up on your path, or that it'll be more struggle than it'll be worth it in order for you to attain that. Whereas this other thing is just like kind of coming down right in front of you, very obviously presenting itself to you. It'd be very easy for you to have it. It's just you have to continue to move forward in this certain direction and trust spirit, trust the plan, trust like that even in the darkness around you that you're being guided towards something special or something specific. But it's like other people around you are going to look at what you're doing and judge you or be like worried or concerned for you or be like coming at you, and so you let that energy in to your spirit to kind of, and it like kind of gets you down, like it makes you sad or it affects you, it like it lowers your energy or your vibration in some way to where then it's hard for you to see how to move forward to actually have the things that you would like or to manifest the things that you would like to have in your life, or it makes it to where the things that you would really like feel like too far away or just out of reach or out of touch because your energy is too heavy, because you have too much of other people's emotions in your space and in your energy. You're taking on like the weight of other people's judgments that's weighing you down. Then your dreams feel so far away, they feel out of touch, out of reach, they feel like something you can never attain or accomplish. So then that it makes you feel like you should just settle for something else here that is within reach, even though that's going to be even worse of a struggle. It's like it's obvious that that's going to be a lot more of a struggle to just settle for what's around you because of the way that all of these options are so like caught up in something here. Um, but it's like you have to kind of walk this like unknown path and allow yourself to be guided forward to get the thing that you really want. But that's obviously the thing that's most in alignment with you, or the thing that you should obviously be moving towards. But again, it's like the only reason you doubt this or even question this is because of you're letting in other people's opinions, other people's mindset and perspective and judgment, and letting that distort you or confuse you to where then you almost will just kind of settle for what's around you. But like one of these cups here is like caught up in a snake. So it's like you have to be really careful with just like settling for what's around you in order to please other people, or making choices and decisions in order to make other people happy, because sometimes that brings even more into our life than we bargained for or than we're equipped to deal with. Whereas if we would have just stepped out into the unknown and went against the grain and had the courage to go for what we really wanted in the first place, that would have created less drama, or that would have put less like stepping into the darkness, into the unknown whenever you're called and led by spirit is going to be safer for you than like the things waiting in the dark that are just all around you right now. Like either way, you're dealing with like unknown elements, and so choosing the divine path, or the path where you're being like led by something that is in alignment with your soul, is going to be safer, or is going to be more worth it to go through those challenges and those struggles that you're going to have to go through anyways, no matter what you choose. So you may as well have the courage to choose what you really like or what you really want, and not worry about what other people think, because it's like other people aren't going to have to deal with the repercussions of your actions, or other people aren't going to have to deal with the consequences of you not having the courage to like rise to meet what you would like, or to put yourself out there and go for what you would like. It's like that's not going to affect other people's lives. They're not going to have to deal with it. It's like people like to kind of cast out judgments and opinions all day long whenever like the ramifications of what they're saying is not actually ever going to impact them or affect them directly. So it's like so easy to sit in their position and kind of tell other people what they should do, but when they're in that position themselves, they have no idea like what they would really do. um it's like anyone in your position would be like reaching out and asking for help, or would have like relied on other people at a certain point for support. It's like a natural part of the process of like growing and learning. But it's like you're ready to step through into the unknown, or into like a whole new phase, a whole new chapter. It's like you're ready to kind of step out and do things on your own, or you're ready for the next phase of your journey where you're kind of no longer relying on other people, or other people no longer have access to like gain or benefit from what you're doing. That could be another reason why they're like so judgmental, or they have so many opinions, is because they don't want you to switch up the way that you're doing things, so then they no longer gain or benefit from you, or have like the same sort of access to you. There could be people around you that want you to make choices, or to have people in your life that then keep you in a position where then they can still have a lot of access to you, or a lot of like control over your life and your circumstances. So that's why they're so like doubtful of you, or down on you, or like don't want you to like chase or pursue or follow your dreams or something. So it's like you're ready to advance to the next level of your path, and this may be a more isolated solo like step or version of your path. Because you may not have like the best influences, or yeah, the like you could have just people around you who are, like I was saying, just projecting a lot of that like fear energy onto you. And so if this is no longer healthy for you or helping you to grow, it's like you may have needed these people's support up until this point, but you're ready to like move to the next level. And it's like you don't need to rely on the people around you in the same way that you once did, because now you can rely on yourself and rely on spirit to guide you and give you what you need, like the messages that you need, um to get you to where you would like to go. This is like you've advanced, or you've leveled up spiritually, so you're ready to like go to the next level, right? Which is no longer relying on others in the same ways. So then they also no longer have access to you in the same way to like affect your energy so much. You've kind of outgrown the ways that you need them, to where then the way they affect your energy is more of a hindrance than it is like giving you anything. Um, so with the Six of Swords, it's like this could be, it's not an easy process of getting from one place to another, but you are moving into a better space for yourself as you're moving forward. You are moving into calmer waters. You could have like some support with you as you move forward. It's like it's not like you're going to be totally on your own, but you are going to need to like go within yourself to like lean on yourself, or rely on yourself and your own opinion in order to get the guidance from spirit that you need to be able to properly move in the ways that you need to you're stepping into something totally new and different. It's like a whole new cycle, moving into a more harmonious like safe space, moving into calmer waters, to be like more peaceful, where there's like less uh other people's energy coming in to affect you. I think I said the Seven of Wands earlier. I may have said the Seven of Wands or the Nine of Wands, but this is actually the Nine of Swords. um but I saw it like the Seven of Wands. But yeah, it's the energy still stands. It's like other people are the one putting you in this energy of feeling like held down and doubtful. And so being having the confidence to release this like baggage or these burdens, and move freely into a more peaceful or more easier state for yourself. having the confidence to rise above and actually go to the next level. Like you have advanced to that next level. So having the confidence to kind of pick up and put one foot in front of the other and yeah, move in the ways that you're being called, or having the courage and the confidence to like rise to your calling, rise to the occasion, rise to meet the people who are going to support you and give back to you in the ways that you deserve, rather than just like taking advantage of you and wanting to keep you held down or held back in a position that's, you know, beneficial for them or to where then they can gain from being in your life. So this could be your family. This could be in regards to like family and people around you. They put you in this like very self-defensive energy to where it's like you always have to like over explain yourself, over defend yourself, and it's like it's a purposeful tactic to make you really like paranoid in yourself or like overprotective to a fault, because that keeps you held down from being able to like make moves. So, and we also have the 7 of Pentacles. So it's like you're planting seeds right now and you're growing, and this is a very lonely process while you're waiting for the fruits of your labor, or you're trying to get into a better space. But these seeds that you're planting in your life are going to be worth it, whenever it comes time for you to harvest this in the future. Then the energy that is going to be around you in your life is going to be so much more in alignment with you as a person and your soul and everything that you're about, and it's going to be really, really worth it to have went on this journey or went through all of this effort. um yeah, healing and restoring. So it's like, to other people, like other people may have gave you the impression that it's like the path less traveled, so it's like the harder path, but really, it's going to be the path that's like most healing and restorative for you, and you can already kind of sense that and feel that. So it's like having the courage to choose the things that you want, pursue the things that you're being called to pursue, take action in the ways that you're being called to take action, having the faith and the confidence to like put one foot in front of the other and journey forward. Fault lines, repair. Earthquakes come from fault lines beneath the surface. When things in your life are not built When things in your life are built from fear or ill intentions, they cannot withstand when life shakes things up. Use this time to look within yourself and relationships to see any cracks that need mending or a new foundation to be built. So that is excellent advice here. This whole situation is kind of giving you the opportunity to like rebuild and plant seeds in such a way that's going to be really healing and restorative and beneficial for you to kind of withstand any challenges to come in the future. So you got 2 cards. Tree wisdom, embody. Nature can heal when you integrate with the rhythm of the earth. Trees help to remind you to be more like nature intended. Get rooted in a support system, be flexible, branch off in many directions, and embrace the seasons of change. Use the trees as an example of how to live. So it's like you have the wisdom deep within you to know exactly what is right for you. And that is why this option like stands out so much more than the others. So definitely don't be afraid to act on the wisdom that you've been given by the Creator. Reflection pond, mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected unto you. You're seeing your reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. It's a very healing process here. So we're going to get your yes or no. So we have a no at the bottom of the deck. So it's like depending on how you ask your question, trust. So if your question was, like, is everybody else right? Like, should I just settle for something that's easier? Am I crazy for wanting to go after this? Then you're going to get a no, right? So it's like depending on how you ask your question. We also have take action underneath that. So that's kind of why it's a no, is because there's something that you need to do or some action that you need to take in regards to the situation. So it's a no right now, in this moment, based off of the energy that you're in and the way that you're asking the question. So having more trust can be beneficial here. So we also got a yes. So again, it's just like the way that you ask the question. Like if you ask, like, should I go for what I want, then it's a yes. Whereas if you ask, am I crazy for wanting to go for this thing, then it's a no. But if you were already planning on taking some sort of action, then it's a yes. So since this is a general reading, it's like everyone's going to ask the question in like a different way. So yeah, some people may not need the no with the extra boost of encouragement to take some sort of action because you're viewing the situation, or yeah, just coming from it with a different perspective. And so then yes gives you like the same answer. If that makes sense. We have recovery and communicate clearly. The best way to recover or find recovery in the situation is to communicate very clearly and authentically. So yeah, that's all I have for pile 4. I do have a quick yes or no option in my Etsy store, which is linked in the description box down below, or I also have a lot of other options on there to take a deeper look into whatever your question is here. But if not, I hope you got something out of this reading, and thank you so much for watching this far into the reading. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really great day.